Welcome one and all, I'm Keith, this is Game to Please, and we're back in Fallout 4, Nudists Only Live Once, done live. And our new character had quite the journey to get here in this vault. I've set up just a little bit, not too much effort went into this after clearing out that area. But yeah, I went the extra mile for our new residents. They're going to be greeted with thumbs up all around, even some beds for them. Yes, in between parts, cleared out the area, just this one area. I'm not going to step foot in the other areas, and nothing anyone can say can make me choose a different route. But yeah, what we have to do today is just get through the rest of this.
I'll be with you in a moment.
Shouldn't be too difficult.
If you could all just wait over there.
A ghoul? I don't know about this.
Okay.
Hey, just a moment and we can begin. Please, step forward.
Hello, Neuro. Welcome to the
Yes.
stream.
Welcome.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
So, this here's a vault, right?
Quite correct. And you could be one of our lucky new residents.
You do got food in this vault, right?
We'll just skip through this a little bit. She's gonna stay
It's
one way
alright.
or another. We are the good guys.
You won't.
And
if she
yeah,
is
she doesn't
representative
care
of what's
if
left
we
above.
pass or fail that. That's
The outside
fine.
world must be rougher than I imagined. Are you ready?
Let's continue.
Let's
This
continue.
next guy, we're probably not going to get in
Sure.
here.
Is
We don't really have our
No.
charisma
it's fine.
for that sort of thing,
Just
but we don't
pretend
really have our charisma
so
to,
you
know,
can
use
stop
him
the
for
meltdown.
supply
But
lines
you'd
or
suffer
anything,
from
so it doesn't
extreme
really matter that
radiation
he's not going to get
exposure.
here. So don't rip us
If
off.
you're thinking about ripping us off, don't.
I can see the writing on the wall.
Yep,
I think
goodbye.
it's best you just leave. Goodbye. What a colorful gentleman. Here's.
Okay,
let's
next
Do
interview,
the
let's
next
go.
interview.
Hello.
And here's
You've
Clem.
been assigned guard duty. You know, stand watch and make sure outsiders don't breach the perimeter. But from inside the vault, you hear a woman screaming. What would you do?
You want me to guard something? Sure. I can do that. I can do that right now, if you want. But I don't hear any screaming, Lady Overseer.
Oh, Clem.
Well, aren't you just precious?
Thanks. I think.
Another question for you. What can you tell me about your mother?
Ah, she passed. But she was nice. You would have liked her. She killed a mole rat once.
Really? That's remarkable. Describe the traits you most admire about her.
Well, she was strong because of the mole rat, and she fed me. God, I'm sorry. This place is so much better than the ditch I was living in.
Oh, God. Having a goat test for these applicants doesn't really work out for Clem, does it?
Mole rat kill counts really are the foundation of maternal affection.
I guess. Am I doing okay?
We're looking for a volunteer, Clem. Are you interested?
You mean I can stay? I mean, yes. I'll help out. I like helping. That's me, Clem. Always willing to help out.
Yes. And no time like the present to commence.
Okay,
Now,
let's do the thing. We'll get him kitted out in his clothing. Of course, I can't wear clothing, but that doesn't mean Clem can't. Come here, Clem.
Clem, let's get you outfitted like a real vault dweller.
There
I'm just
we go.
so excited to be here.
And
I'll
you.
do good.
Our first
see.
vault residence.
Sure.
Vault.
Anyway, we're going to do the cycle
Settlements can
thing,
always
power
use
thing, all that
patches.
jazz. Just skip ahead. So what we need is to build this thing. We also need to build the terminal. In miscellaneous, I hope. Only did this a couple months ago. I should remember how to do this. And that should be good. Okay, the biggest thing is we need to get away from the thing because I'm not quite sure if it's actually going to explode with more force than
Push
what
Clem to
I'm
the limit.
expecting.
The power must flow.
Power must flow. Okay, well, why isn't this... Okay, now it works. Interesting. So let's just start with the environmental enhancer. And that makes some nice, lovely scents of lavender and something else probably. Okay. So he's going to ride for an hour. Are you assigned, Clem? You're supposed to be on there. Okay, well, it says assigned, so I'm assuming it's assigned. Let's go wait. Yeah, I remember, I think I even took damage over here, but I was outside of my power armor, and it was really minimal, so hopefully I wasn't getting some... Why am I looking for a bench in the shelves? I remember it was pretty minimal, like decimal points, and I don't want to go down there. So let's wait an hour over here and hope for the best. And, okay, good. 0.15 damage. Not that bad. We lost all of our power, unfortunately. But, just a little bit of scrap, it is back.
I was
Hi.
looking at the data
Oh,
for the power
man.
cycle.
I'm sorry.
If I am
I broke your
reading the
vault.
report
I just got
correctly,
so excited
you
and I
chose
wanted to do a good
lavender
job, and
vanilla
I kept pedaling
aroma
faster and
dispenser.
faster. And then the whole vault went
Everything's just...
engineering a
Yeah,
new
everyone talk at
society.
me at
Please
once.
don't kick me
Just
out.
talk
Not
at me,
some
don't talk
sort
to
of-
me.
For the vault text.
Okay.
back before you
We're
know it.
going to go
Sure.
off
Once we-
and do something a little more problematic now. Oh boy. So, we took our first damage of the episode, 0.15 damage or whatever, not that bad. This next part, I'm a little more worried about. We have to go into hallucinogen. And for those of you who don't know how hallucinogen works, crazy gas, everyone's crazy, you have to go through the entire maze like cutting around corners. We're not going to do that. We're going to take a rank of lockpicking. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. But since we're stepping out into the radiation, I think we're going to do a couple of those as well. And yeah, we'll only take a little bit of rides, but teleporting straight out of there. Yeah, we're going to be able to deal with this. The return trip is going to be just as scary as last time, I'm guessing, but at least this area we get a... Oh, no rads. I guess the location is fine. Anyway, teleporting up here. The Institute is good for something. Yep, all the voice lines all at once. A classic. Okay. Just checking in on the Institute. Haven't moved forward with them at all, and they don't care, so I don't care. Just gonna use up their power supply, teleporting me, you know, whenever I damn well please. Good stuff. And now we are nearly back home. Oh boy. And it's a bright sunny day, so much better than the last time I was outside. And I don't hear any vertibirds. This is all much better than what I was remembering. Yeah, I took a week off just to kind of let it sink in that multiple vertibirds just kind of coming down on me, ready to crash into me, ready to kill me. It was a little terrifying. I thought it was going to be a nice, easy episode, no problems, but oof, just looking back on it, and, you know, the stress of just constantly having to run for your life and not knowing whether or not the end of the run would come because of a stupid vertibird, that was kind of terrifying. So, I did, you know, a little bit of research and just cooled my nerves, and hopefully today goes much smoother than last time. We'll see.
Don't much.
But we have plenty of things that we don't need to be holding on to that I'm going to get rid of. And the weapons, grenades could be useful. We don't need the jumpsuits. One grilled rad stack. I think we need more than that. And there we go.
Place is nothing but.
Okay. Pretty much I'm always going to be rocking a gazelle steak and grilled rad stag. I have the grilled hermit crab in case I need just a little bit. Oh, good. Nero, that's good to hear. Successfully voting. It shouldn't be a, milestone, but here we are in the modern world where it's come to this, where we need to, step outside of just normal procedure where we would allow people to vote and, accommodate them for voting, but no. I'm glad to hear that. Being done with that hurdle, I can only imagine. I am not going to take everything in the workshop. Pressing R at the wrong time would be very annoying. But yes, very good to hear. Happy for you. I need to... Oh, I don't think I've updated my address since I moved a few months ago. Probably should do that. And here I am talking while putting pipe pistols into my inventory. I don't think there's anything else I need to put away. I'm at 197 out of 245, so clearly something is a little unnecessary, but we're not going to go into too crazy of a situation, so let's just be on our way. Hallucinogen. Just get out our big gun and start sprinting. No one's around. At least it doesn't appear to be. But is someone around here? Nope. I'm surprised. This run, I've seen a lot less people spawning, raider-wise at this drug deal. Maybe it's because I haven't killed the people at Backstreet? Don't really know. Usually I have to keep an eye out for those all the damn time when it comes to running along the river. River is very safe, but for some odd reason, that drug deal just always likes to spawn a couple raiders. Or, that's what I've experienced in the past. As I was saying, not so much this time. But less enemies in a naked run, I do approve. So, take out as many enemies as you want, game. You do your best at that. But, we're approaching this area. And the big thing about this area is you can skip it to the back. Master right here. We have one enemy we really need to deal with quickly and successfully and all that jazz.
Sweet.
So I'll probably just use a Psycho Jet because I don't want them using their Stealth Boy. I don't want VATS to have a 94% chance to hit and have me miss my first shot. So yeah, Psycho Jet is probably acceptable.
A chemical leak has been detected.
Okay, they immediately say who's there, but that's because everyone's freaking out. Now we just need to keep an eye out for that guy.
Who's there?
What the? They're immediately invisible. Okay, I can see the wibbliness, but I don't know if I'm gonna miss them. That was annoying. I wanted that Stealth Boy. Always nice to have a guaranteed Stealth Boy. There we go. Now we don't need the... Well, we shouldn't need the Psycho Jet. Maybe I should just VATS him to be sure.
Please, evacuate the building.
Okay, we are fine with a body shot, so I'm fine with a body shot. Okay, just need to be a little extra careful. Didn't even need to kill him, but that's fine. The one thing we can do, get a little bit of loot out of here. I will take the gas canisters because there's an easy quest if I already have that to hop in for something like 300, 400 experience. Oh, I have a bazillion keys and stuff anyway. I'll take one more. Yeah, the gunner commander, having that stealth boy on them, usually you can kill them before they freak out from the general anxiety of everyone. But maybe this time they just were a little preemptive. Good
Repeat,
to be
a chemical
preemptive,
leak
but...
has been detected. Please evacuate the building immediately.
And there's a stealth boy. I think we're good. Yeah, I really want to, probably could have done a grenade, but honestly, the thing with grenades is I feel like... Oh, carrying too much. I feel like leaving it up to a grenade not to have a crappy splash radius, like if I threw the grenade, it lands right here, person's right on the other side, they're completely fine, then they just start blind firing at me. Much better to be the one that controls the strike. Yeah, it's it's something I realized how little I trust grenades this run. It's much better just to line them up in your sights and kill them. But the always activating the drug deal before clearing back street anyway because it gets rid of the outside enemies enter. Yeah, that's true. And a lot of the times you can say, let's do something that makes it easier to, you know, have less enemies. But the guys right outside Backstreet are actually pretty easy to deal with, and usually early on I'm kind of like at a want for really easy enemies. There's, I think, 2 enemies that have ranged attacks, or is it 1 enemy that has a ranged attack? There's 2 turrets and 2 guys, I believe. So, yeah. A lot of the times I think I've left them, well, not left them, but killed them, and then done the drug deal, because that's just 4 bits of adrenaline, some extra experience. I mean, I'm totally on board with getting rid of enemies that, in a confined space, would, you know, quickly be able to overwhelm you and, you know, seek you out and kill you, but I don't know. You gotta take a look at what the enemies are offering if you get rid of them, and you lose that on easy experience, easy killing, the 5.56 rounds, not very useful, but maybe early on. I don't know. It's, you know, there's a cost-benefit analysis to every sort of engagement when it comes to... Okay, that was just the shadow, right? There's not Vertibirds. Well, there is Vertibirds, of course. I stop for a second and start listening to Vertibirds. Oh, yeah. No, yeah, that makes perfect sense. Melee runs with the turrets, just, yeah, save your grenades, just get rid of them the easy way. Or save your grenades in my case of melee runs. For people who do true melee runs without any throwables, that would be annoying, for sure. How do you do other parts of the run, though? Do you just sprint by, like, turrets on top of walls? I can't imagine. Haven't really thought about it like that. And I'm sure it's possible, but it would be difficult. Lots of stimacks. Okay, going to stop by here quick-like. And drop off all the junk. And when I say junk, I mean, you know, cartridges and canisters of hallucinogen gas. So keep an eye out for that. I don't know. I think we're fine to just keep on trucking. We don't really... Oh, wait. We're gonna need nuclear material. And I don't want to go into the caves to find nuclear material. So, of course, we're going to pick up our nuclear material. I'm gonna just take like 30 of it. I'm sure that it's only like, you know, we need 25 and we probably already have like 15 or something there, but yeah, just going to take a bunch anyway. Oh, that's true. The turret magazine for if you have access to the terminal. And so that helps you out for sure, yeah. But then it comes to the point where
Want to do something
I
fun?
don't know.
Run the bases. Trust me.
That's tough. I can only imagine how tough that would be to do a melee run. More difficult than a naked run, because at least in a naked run I get to carry around this big badass gun. I always use power armor by the time I have this, you know, Gauss rifle, so watching this person just lug around a gun as big as them, it's kind of interesting. So, getting back down to the vault. How are we going to do that without dying? Hopefully successfully. Now, last time we had a gunner over there. We could have a new random spawn over there. It is broad daylight, so it's good to keep that in mind. Let's see. Do we have anything? Wow. Is that 2 times in a row that there hasn't been a respawn of some random occurrence right here? I think that is how that works. Okay. So, hidden bar, not shaking whatsoever. I think we're good to do a little bit of a sprint. And of course, just keep double checking. Gradex is worn off, that is fine. Probably should have picked up some more water while I was down there. As long as we get back to the vault, the hard part will be over. Yeah. One thing I'm not looking forward to is making some tough choices coming up, because I've been doing the maths, and we are going to be wanting for levels. Automatron should give us a few levels, but the way it'll work is we're going to spend 3 levels to get hacking up so we can skip the last fight on Automatron. Otherwise, the run is just automatically over. I cannot imagine doing that last fight. I don't like that for some reason, so I'm just gonna kill it. But, at the same time, then we need to really set up the Minutemen's base at the castle with a bunch of defenses, and that either means taking a supply line and connecting it after having spent... Oh, let me just double check that. After having spent 1, 2, 3 level ups on that. I don't think we're going to be at 3 level ups by the time we get to being done with Automatron. So I think we will have to do a little bit of some Radiant questing, maybe. What the heck? They were like right next to each other. Okay, I can help out the Brotherhood this one time. You're welcome, Brotherhood. You're frickin' welcome. That guy's been stuck there for... I don't know how long. It was like one of the very first times I was going down to the glowing sea. You're detecting me, right, Brotherhood? Okay, I'm detected because that Brotherhood is detecting me. Very strange. I wanted this guy to die just because if someone on top decides to start launching Fat Man, rocket launchers, whatever at him. Oh god. It would be problematic. Yeah, it's pretty easy to grind in this game. It's not advisable under some regards just because the enemy's scaling up with you at some point after level mid-40s to 50s. You just kind of run out of ability to grab perks that actually increase your damage, so the enemies get closer and closer to being able to avoid 1 or 2 shotting them, and that's when it gets pretty scary. I know there's rad barrels around, and I'm not going to take any more rads because I don't want to take any more rads. But I'm going to take rads anyway, so here. Have a Radex right now. Okay, should be fine, should be fine. There's the rad barrels at the bottom, and there is our... Well, wait a second. I have too many things happening. Talk to Ellie. Well, I'm not going to talk to Ellie right now. I'm going to talk to Ellie later. The watering hole. Yes, the watering hole. Freaking surrounded by holes of water. But yes, the grinding, it's not going to be too problematic. There's a few instances of things I think that will be fine to do. Now this is where things started getting really bad last time. Hopefully the Brotherhood learned their lesson. Let's send our choppers into foggy conditions and hope that everything goes well. Didn't go so well for them. And it was almost not going well for me. But we had so many enemies around here that I wasn't expecting. Gunners over here. I knew about the zombies, the ghouls. Been playing too much other games with zombies in them. Yeah, too many biters. Definitely too many biters. Shuffled a little bit there, the hidden brackets. So, do be cautious about that. But I'm not picking up anything when it comes to bats, so that's good news at least. Now, I think there might be people left over in the raider camp. So, we'll have to be careful. And another problem is, if there is an attack on Vault 88, it is going to be spawned in at the very entrance of the area, and that's where I spawn in, which is, yeah, it's bad. It's bad. I've had a situation where I had to immediately get spawned in on top of... Oh, how many gunners was that? It was at least like a dozen gunners. So, I'm going to be very careful and cautious as I go inside. And hopefully we can avoid any atrocities. A little bit of rads, but that's fine. Okay. If there's raiders right there, I won't be able to react to them fast enough. No, I'll just Psychojet. Oh god, no, I wasn't sneaking. I thought it was further. Okay, please don't be any raiders. Please don't be any raiders. I'm just going to be spamming the Q button. No one is going to be around. No one's going to be there to kill me. Okay, good. We are fine. My turrets did their job of scaring off the raiders or gunners or anyone that decides to attack this place. Oh, sometimes there's just things that I've experienced before that I really hope don't happen during this run. Because that could be more than problematic. Some good loot there, an aluminum can. And this Psycho Jet is just taking forever. I'm sprinting right now. This is as fast as I can go. But yeah, we've got all the amenities. We've got our calorie intake, our water intake. We are set to be the best vault out there. Okay, I've got your silly thing that says stuff.
I have those chemical formulas for you.
Marvelous. Now we can reform another societal picadillo. Whether it rears its head around the vault button, so... Oh, it's
okay, so we are going to be making Clem serve some drinks. Of course, unfortunately, we have to do this to get through the actual, you know, DLC, as silly as this DLC is. So, here you go, Clem. You're in charge of this. And thankfully, it's not going to explode, so I'm going to sit down right here. Okay. Do it an hour.
Yeah?
And we'll let this talk out. I'm going to go run and grab a drink. Hopefully that doesn't take too long. And I realized while I was
Sure,
getting
the
a drink
water
that I
outside
didn't,
could make
you know,
you
tell
glow,
him
but
that
at
you
least
need
you
to
could
actually,
drink.
you know, serve the caffeine. Unfortunate. But that's only, what, 20 seconds wasted, right? Is it? Wow, I'm so good at this game. Look into the terminal. Wow, okay, yep, I know what I'm doing. When I say I know what I'm doing, we're doing generic caffeination. Did I do generic caffeination? Accept. There we go. Now I let Clem serve for an... yep. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing.
I'm new here. Did you have anything you wanted me to do?
Go have some soda.
Not right now.
All right. Yeah?
How's it going, Clem?
Hey there.
You here to check up? I got a customer right here. Want some more refreshment?
What the heck's in that? I had a Nuka-Cola once, and this stuff.
I know, right? It's got
Yeah, pretty
special
early
chemicals.
intermission. I figured
No
that I could
shit.
just go run
Well,
off and do
whatever
that.
it is, call me a
Let them do
fan.
this line. But of course.
Valerie.
Caffeine. Well, it does improve productivity. But really?
Yes,
And
really.
together with the dubious... Well, rough, but doc, you...
Times are desperate.
Times are desperate,
What?
so now it's time to
But
use that
the-
nuclear
I'm
material
excited
we
to be a part
had.
of this plan.
You don't
Right.
reach. So,
Okay, hopefully I have enough nuclear material. I really don't want to go into the... Okay. Yeah, I brought enough nuclear material, I think. Getting good procs on the whole, Idiot Savant. Yeah. Okay, this is definitely how vaults are supposed to go. Let's do the normal one. No. Let's do the nice easy one. Okay,
looks
Clem.
like we have our first patient. Yes. Before we begin, Clem, how do you feel about children?
They're... all right, I guess.
You ever planning on having any?
I don't know. Why are you asking?
Just idle chatter. Go on.
I wonder if
You're
that's
here
because
for
of
an
the
eye exam
nuclear
with the
material. Aw.
This thing?
I messed up the
Go
line.
ahead and get
Hi,
it.
are you here for the this thing? I like that line. But yeah, no, I think she brings that up because radiation,
So
unprotected area.
Just
I mean, this
stay
is a
still.
little lead
So
lined, I
I
suppose,
just
so better
see.
protection than I have, but yeah.
The machine will do the rest.
this thing's creeping me out.
All done. It says you got, minor eye infection. Some eye drops will clear it up.
Thanks.
And that's it? Nothing else?
No, Lady Overseer, exam's all done.
Yay, we're doing good by doing well. Or doing well by
I'll
doing
do
good.
well.
Hey there.
Promise.
I've never had an eye exam before. It wasn't so bad, I guess.
Right? These experimental devices could make life better for everyone.
Huh. No shit.
There we go. And Settler is fine. And we get to
So
talk to
one
the
of our
Overseer just a
residents is
couple more
happy.
times.
That's
The
completely
ghoulification
irrelevant.
was productive of you, but
I'm
that's
improving
none of
people's
my
lives.
business.
I'm not.
This last experiment
Yeah.
is my
This one,
following its premise is
I'll
what
let,
if
you know,
we can
Barstow do
pull that
the
off.
Thank
thing that
Mr.
she wants,
Magic.
where we actually turn people into indentured servitude. Oh, we've leveled up.
Some people complain.
The health is
but not
there,
me.
but the
Just happy to be
experience
here.
is just not quite caught up with things. There we go. Actually, that's more experience than I was expecting from this DLC, but
this experiment. It means a great deal to
okay. So we will turn Clem into an indentured servant, unfortunately. But what can you do?
My own contribution.
Okay,
I'll do well.
Clem, do
Promise.
it. And good. So, now we just need to wait an hour. We've got everyone being happy or indentured. That's the best possible outcome, right?
Huh?
Let's check in with Clem.
Oh, hi. Listen, I just need another try on that machine. My luck's about to turn around. I can feel it.
Yes, Clem. You find some more money. That slot machine will pay out.
That's not a very good slot machine. It's like sideways. Anyway.
I'm happy with how the machine turned out.
As am I. It's done. The results were mixed. With my life's work done, I think I will deliver our schematics to other vaults to improve their lives.
It's up
Well,
to you,
he
but I'll
needs
try the
you.
orange speech check.
And your guidance. We can't afford to lose our overseer.
A fine sentiment. I pass the mantle on to you. You're the overseer now.
Okay, I am Overseer, and she walks out of the vault. Yeah, that was an underwhelming DLC for
Just
sure.
so hungry all the time.
But that's that. Vault is complete. Vault Tech is done. And we get to move onwards to more interesting things. Oh boy. Yeah, so next is Automatron, and Automatron is terrifying for so many reasons. Oh, I could name them all, but they usually start with the R word. Robot. Let's go here. Robots are terrifying. Robots are horrible. Robots are not going to give me insomnia, but I'm going to give that to myself. Yeah, I mean, I did it just for that off chance of actually getting to have her give me that orange speech check. Otherwise, if you displease her completely, then I think she just runs off pissed off without even offering a speech check. I wasn't going to waste a great mentats on 20 experience or whatever it is, so yeah. It was a roll of some very inconsequential dice. And I'm sure Clem is, fine just becoming an indentured servant, but I don't feel too badly about him. Now we get to stay away from the south of the map. That alone is a good feeling.
Excuse me, I've got reports to deliver.
Okay, I don't know why you
Feels like
are
don't
standing
put any
where
germs
I
on me
teleport.
for months.
Yes, everyone wants to talk to the person who likes to teleport to that position right there. Anyway, let's get out of here. Yeah, Barstow walking out into the wasteland in a vault suit, bright blue, without a gun, ghoulified. I guess her one saving grace is that she is a ghoul, so there's some radiation areas nearby that she can just kind of fall back on, but yeah, not exactly a good situation she has put herself into, because the only vaults around here are essentially, well, like the whole thing with vaults is that's where you go if you want to find some nasty enemies. There's like that one which isn't going to be interested in her experiment helping thing. Yeah. That's kind of a death warrant she signed for herself. Oh, but I'm going to head back to the base. And I think we'll do... there's not a whole lot else to do. But I think what we will do... We're going to go hook up with Ada. And when I say hook up, I mean meet up with. And when I say meet up, essentially let her get shot at from a very far distance. And we'll help out very, very subtly. Store that away, and Legend of the Vault can go in the bin. We're going into energy attack area. We don't really have the best situation for that, but a rad scorpion stake will help us out. Yeah, we'll just go with that. Okay, let's actually eat the lighter weight stuff, since we are having plenty of it anyway. Like chops. Mud chops. Okay. Now all we have is the tired. We can deal with that. Actually, let's sleep, because I'd rather have a fresh start on our adrenaline meter. 8 p.m. to... not ideal. Gonna sleep deep into the day a little bit, as in 8 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, that's true. I mean, sheer distance is definitely not on the Overseer's side. Okay, let me just double check my food situation. Should be fine.
One of these at the agency.
Fried fog crawler.
Beautiful city.
I guess we can do some of that.
Yeah?
Where I'm thinking of something else, but... whatever.
My hat's off to Boston's art.
Yeah, and the one vault that actually has like a working sort of like ecosystem. Vault 81 is probably going to be like, you want to do what for us? Okay, we'll just give that a flat no and be on your way, Miss Ghoul. So yeah, bad ending, no matter what happens for the Ghoul person. I guess, you know, if she stays in charge of the vault, then she'll be happy. But that's why I just gave it a little bit of a try. Not trying to make her happy or anything like that. Wouldn't say no to some free experience, though. Definitely the realist run, the pragmatist run. I'm not trying to roleplay into like some sort of moral good or moral bad. I'm literally trying to, you know, play as the nude character that's not able to wear clothes and still survive. Yeah, makes decisions easy. Best possible outcome for this character, right there. But taking on robots. Taking on robots is going to be interesting. So we're going to send Ada to... We should send them starting off to Hangman's Alley. Then we'll teleport to right next to Hangman's Alley. Then we'll be able to set them up with where they need to tell us to go, which is going to be next to the castle. Then I can tell them to... Random experience. Okay. Not sure where the random experience came, but whatever. Vertibirds. I don't like the sound, I don't like the look, I don't like the... anything. Taste, the smell. Yeah. So done with Vertibirds. But yeah, we'll then send... We'll pretty much be sending Ada to wherever we're going to eventually be. So to Hangman's Alley, then get her mission, send her to the castle, go off to nearby the castle, then we'll send her to... we don't have Boston Airport yet, do we? I don't know if we do. We might need to send her to County Crossings. But then we'll do that, and at which point, hopefully, we'll be able to... take her along, very stripped down, and I'm not looking forward to losing out on 100 carry weight on this character. Oh, that's going to be wonderful. But yeah, Automatron shouldn't be too scary. It's a few instances where you You just need to treat things very carefully, but it's totally doable. It shouldn't be an issue. Kind of going a roundabout way. But it should be fine. Now what I want to do is... there's actually some bad things. I haven't really dealt with a lot of this stuff. Have I dealt with what I need to? I don't think I have. Okay, we're just going to have to be careful. Like, super careful. It's broad daylight, and I'll need to remember exactly what I've dealt with and what needs to be dealt with. Not looking forward to that. So, right outside the bad TFL, yep, we've got Radio Psycho right there. Okay. And once again, I'm in the field wishing I had a scope that actually marked targets. But I don't have that. Okay, there's one. At least their heads are easy to pop. Okay, I think there's one more. 1, 2, 3, and then a fourth one over here. Something wibbled a little bit. Okay. One nice thing about grenades that I use probably more often than for actual killing is to freak out anyone around. No one around is freaked out. So I guess we'll just call it as everyone's dead, because someone would have definitely freaked out, right? That's what I imagine would have happened had they been sane. We'll jump in here and see what there is. I feel like Master Locksmith, I would just be able to, like, automatically open this thing. But no, this is a problem, this novice lock. For one route away. Glorious. Okay. Right in here, there doesn't appear to be anyone. There is someone. By the way, there is someone. When I say someone, I mean something. When I say something, I mean a Deathclaw. So let's not take the Deathclaw lightly. Okay. Probably could have taken them a little lightly, but that's fine. Now, the biggest problem I'm going to be facing is the fact that we don't have... Good. Make sure that I'm not throwing grenades when I'm thinking to pick stuff up. Switching in between games, it's really problematic at times. When you want to loot and you hold down the F key to loot, and that's not the key you should have done to loot. Okay. And there's just some ghouly ghouls over here. I'll get the typical ghoul killing weapon out. You know what? I can use grenades. Let's use grenades. They're still alive. And probably overdid it. Yep, I think I overdid it. Now, one thing to keep in mind is Ada won't die. One thing we also have to keep in mind is blind fire from enemies is terrifying. Am I still suffering fatigue? Ugh. So, not fatigue. Lethargy. But I'm not. Do I really have that slow of AP refresh? I'm gonna take a jet fuel, I think. And just for good measure, let's have that rad scorpion steak. No, this shouldn't be a problem. Okay, good thing I didn't take that rad scorpion steak right there. Okay, so in here there was at least that ghoul. Yeah, there's things about the perk system that work very nicely. But lockpicking is not really one of those things. And so lockpicking is just one of those game mechanics that it's really hard to find a middle ground that isn't super gamey, but also that isn't super annoying to like force yourself to become the locksmith picker or the lockpicker smith person, whatever. So, yeah. Hello, Ada. Are we sure that we're alone? Not sure where that's coming from. Ada, hello.
My friends did not survive the attack.
Okay, I'm just going to speed this up a little bit. I am sorry, Ada, but you want to be able to take vengeance on the Mechanist, and because of that, I too can help you take vengeance on the Mechanist by taking vengeance on the Mechanist myself for having me complete this DLC. So,
I will follow.
not now.
Not right now.
Perhaps there's a place I may be.
Yep, that would be Hangman's Alley. There it is.
I'm familiar with the settlement.
And
hopefully, I may be of some use there.
yeah. So we've started Mechanical Menace, and it is going to be an interesting one. This is the cooking robot, apparently. And we're not going to pick up anything we don't need. Some of this, some of that.
If you find any spare parts, you be sure to let me know.
Dirty water's fine. A leg. There's a lot of stuff on one leg right there. But yeah, I think that's actually enough for today. I need to be very well set up to how I am dealing with the entirety of... Oh, carrying too much. Don't talk while you're carrying too much. Probably a good idea not to do that. And something ran out, so let's get rid of something heavy. One gear. Yeah. No, I'm just going to take the gazelle steak is what I have. I'm going to take that grilled radstag that I have just sitting around. But, as I was saying, I'm trying to do an outro right now because I'm going to be looking into just how the heck I'm going to be getting through the Mechanist. And, luckily enough, tomorrow I have plenty of time in the afternoon and the evening to be doing that. So, that's the plan. In the morning, I'm going to just double-check that I know exactly what I'm doing, since the first Mechanist area is kind of terrifying. The close-up little building, just going into a horrible situation, surrounded by robots, where they all start to try to kill you very quickly. I'm looking forward to it, I'll say, but I'm also horribly terrified. There are plenty of horrible, scary, bad things that can happen. Yeah, just a lot of bad things can happen. Let's just leave it at that. It should be doable. I'll get a little bit of energy resistance to feel better. I am going to start taking Excel. I'm going to start taking all of the things that boost up my agility. Right now, my agility, I think, is... I can't figure out how to get to stats for some reason. 9 agility. Okay, so 9 agility, that's +1 from the pommel. And my leveling up should get me my 3 ranks of hacker that I need for the end of this. And actually, we might be fine to just power through this, get some more level ups, and be able to get my settlements linked up to actually supplying the castle with what it needs. But yeah, that's still a long ways away. Gotta keep my eye on the ball, and whatever ball is in front of me at the time. And of course, that is dealing with the first step, and probably the last step, all in one go, of Automatron. And it's going to be terrifying. One shot from a laser could take off half of my remaining health. 2 shots from a laser could kill me. And yeah, I'm guessing things can get very stressful very quickly. But with enough stealth boys, enough agility, enough little gimmicky things with the food and killing enemies and Psychojet, lots of Psychojet, I think we'll be fine. Oh, but I'm looking forward to getting through this last bit, because I think this next area is going to be, well, not next area, but next DLC is going to be the most terrifying thing that I can do in the rest of the run. After that, it's just a stroll through the Institute, really, that I need to really just be careful about. But Psychojet has helped me along so far, so hopefully we can have the beginning of the end next time, tomorrow. Looking forward to it. Hopefully you are as well. But for now, I've been Keith. This has been Game to Please with Fallout 4, Nudists Only Live Once, done live. Thanks for joining me, and until then, farewell.